I was just an ordinary passenger. That day started like any other. I boarded the plane, placed my luggage, looked out the window, but I had no idea we would never reach our destination. Minutes passed. We had been sitting here for hours. Everyone on the plane was restless. Children were crying. Flight attendants kept making announcements. No one knew why we still hadn't taken off. A real problem was outside. The airport was in chaos. The KLM captain was growing impatient, worried that his flight might get cancelled. The fog was getting denser by the second, and the tower kept issuing new instructions. Finally, the moment arrived. The engines roared to life. The plane began to roll down the runway, but no one could see the catastrophe that was coming. At last, we were moving. The engines rumbled, the fuselage trembled, and everyone tightened their seatbelts. But something felt off. When I looked out the window, all I could see was thick, blinding white fog. It was so dense that the end of the runway was invisible. Then an announcement: "Prepare for takeoff. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened." But something was missing. Before takeoff, the pilot was supposed to receive one final clearance. This time, there was silence. Why? As the captain accelerated down the runway, a shadow appeared straight ahead. Another plane, but it was too late. No one in the cockpit had seen it. The fog had hidden everything. And then... darkness. When I opened my eyes, the plane was still moving, but something was on fire. Smoke filled the cabin. People were screaming, writhing in pain. I was trapped in my seat, my legs numb. A few rows ahead, a flight attendant lay motionless on the floor. All of this had happened in mere seconds. But in that moment, it felt like eternity. I turned my head and looked out the window. One of the engines was on fire. The captain was still trying to fly the plane, but the runway was running out. But this is impossible. So, how did this catastrophe happen? How could two massive aircraft collide on the same runway? The answer lies in a tragic chain of errors. That day, the airport was experiencing one of its most chaotic moments in history. The fog was so dense that even the control tower couldn't see the runway. Radio frequencies were congested, pilots couldn't hear each other, and perhaps the most critical factor was the KLM captain's decision. He didn't want to wait any longer. Without confirming that the runway was clear, he went full throttle for takeoff. At that moment, fate was sealed. In this disaster, 583 people lost their lives. It became the deadliest aviation accident in history. But what did we learn from it? Today, aviation follows strict standard communication protocols to prevent misinterpretations. Pilots never proceed without clear confirmation. And most importantly, airports are now equipped with advanced radar systems, ensuring that even in zero visibility, no aircraft goes undetected. But no matter how advanced technology gets, human error remains one of the greatest threats. His disaster is a dark mark in aviation history. But one thing is certain: every mistake leads to a new lesson. What do you think was the biggest change in aviation after this accident? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more aviation content. See you in the next video.